the autocrats' way of slowing down democracy. That's the personal note to explain to people, what happened to Thailand using my personal experience. And now it's Party 3.0, which we are seeing a different kind of challenge. To answer Professor's question directly without dodging, the inflection point was the military coup. Not a lot of people knew that I was his student in ethics 2006 for a very short amount of time because military coup hit Thailand in 2006. So I had to leave the Kennedy and return home. And then there was another second military coup now that the army, the military, and the autocrats start to understand that they have an alternative model, that it doesn't have to be military coup. It can be judicial coup. It doesn't have to be warfare on the streets. It can be lawfare in the courtroom. It doesn't have to be violence on the street. It can be violence in the courtroom. So that's why all these party dissolution that I explained to you earlier becomes an alternative, almost like a right-hand thing and a left-hand thing, in order to retain power for a very long time. Now I'm going to go to the context so that I give the floor back, and if there's a follow-up question, then we can think about this as a framework thinking, because today's topic is about dismantling of democracy. Usually it's the Democrats or former Democrats that gets inside the system and finally turn things around, dismantle things, so that it becomes less democratic, so that they cling on to power. That's the topic of today's discussion. So if you break it down, is they dismantle a couple of things. First is they will dismantle constitution, which is the rule of law. The top, the rules of the game. Obviously, they will dismantle constitution. Second, they will dismantle opposition, which is parties. Third is they will dismantle institution. So judicial capture, institutional capture, independent organization capture. That's the third dismantle. And the fourth one, which is the final one, is they will dismantle voters through voter suppression techniques and voter fatigue by design. So that's the context of how I'm thinking in my head in terms of when you talk about democracy, and if you slice and dice it and prioritize it so that we have thinking blocks, manageable, sizable thinking blocks to talk about it, dismantle the rule of law constitution, dismantle institutional, dismantle political parties, then they dismantle the voters so that they become a complete competitive autocrats that allow elections once in a while. But if the result is not as they wanted, they can always change the outcome, which I will explain later. So I'm going to be very efficient with my time and return the panel to Akon.
Great.
และมีจุดเด่นกว่านั้นคือไม่เคยคุยโตโอ้อวดทำงานก็ไม่ชอบเอาหน้า